The housing market in Australia is finally starting to cool, and literally, thank fuck. According to Nerida Coinsby, Ray White chief economist, Australia's median house price increased by 32% for over the period March 2020 to the end of 2021. This is the fastest price growth we have ever experienced. However, since the end of last year, there's no doubt that price growth has slowed considerably. Although the data shows that overall, the housing market increased by 3.2% in the first 6 months of this year, both Sydney and Melbourne have seen more than 1.5% decreases in house prices over that same period. Rising inflation rates, rising interest rates, the cost of living, and consumer sentiment have all meant that finally, falling house prices have actually come as a big relief. After all, it was making affordability harder and harder as there was just no way to save a deposit when the price of houses was growing so much faster than real wages were. According to Ray White, if this growth had continued, the median house price in Australia would have gone past $1 million in 18 months' time, and the median house price in Sydney, already at 1.38 million, would have gone past 2.2 million had this boom continued for another 18 months. One word: ridiculous. Obviously, everybody wants their home values to increase, but having house prices increasing at this kind of rate is not good for the economy, and it's not good for people trying to get into the property market. And finally, Ray White also seemed to have the same opinion that we do, and that is that there's not a housing market crash ahead, but rather the housing market will soften, and not across all segments and types either, before entering a period of stabilization for the next couple of years. They stated that distress is still not evident in the market, homeowners and the banks are well capitalized, and although investors are not seeing sharp capital gains anymore, they're being drawn into the market by rising rental yields. Finally, rising construction costs are going to ensure that the base price of houses and apartments has to keep going up, rather than necessarily just falling. Overall, the market isn't free falling, and we truly believe that a period of stabilization is around the corner once the neutral cash rate has been found and inflation has started becoming under control. Like or share for more tips and videos.